welcome to Tech Tuesday. Today we're going to look at a tool called Plickers, which is a tool for formative assessment that does not require your students to have a device. It just requires a smartphone and a computer for you to have, and it's a pretty quick and easy way to gather formative assessment data. First thing you're going to want to do is go to plickers.com, P-L-I-C-K-E-R-S.com. You'll click sign up. I've already signed up, so I'm just going to click sign in. I've got my stuff all ready. Click sign in. First thing we're going to do is to create a new class. You don't have to create a class, but it's kind of nice to do it that way. So click add a new class. I'm going to call my class Harlem Huskies. You'll obviously call it, first period, whatever you want to call it. Class color, orange, obviously. So here's my class. You can enter in students' names to assign them different cards. I'm just going to add a roster, and this is nice because you can cut and paste the names below. So I'm going to act as if this is my roster here. So you can pull up your roster using Skyward if you'd like to save some time. And you'll see that it creates my students for me by first name there. So I have 8 students in this class just for this example. This will all make sense here in a second why each student has a numbered card, but this will help you for a second. Okay, so these are our cards here, and then there's some other available cards for our students. You'll understand what cards are here very, very shortly. Okay, so I'm going to go back to classes, and you can see that Harlem Husky shows up, and my 8 students are there. I'm going to go to the library. Okay, library is where I'm going to create a new question. Now, for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to ask the question, how far are the Cubs going to go this year? It's a multiple choice. The first answer is all the way. Second one will be National League Series. And lose in the wild card. Okay, so these are our 4 answers, and obviously the correct answer will be all the way. Now, obviously, this is just a question just to use as a demonstration. Clearly, there's going to be an actual correct answer for yours, and we're going to save and create new. Okay, I have my question right here, and I can add it to a queue. I'm going to add it to Harlem Huskies, that class I just created. So it will appear at the end of my queue. Now we're just about ready to answer our question or ask our question to our students. So we've prepared it, we've assigned it to the class. Now we're going to need our cards. So we click on cards, and this screen comes up, and all you need is a standard Plickers card set. So click on it, and you'll see a PDF of up to 40 cards. Each one of these little graphics you'll see has a number. It also has 4 letters. Print out as many as you need of this, and you can cut them. There's 2 to a page. You can cut them in half when you get a chance. And when you hand them to the student can, you're going to hand it to the corresponding student. So the first student on your roster is going to get the 1. A suggestion I have is just to write their name on it. So the first student alphabetically usually would just have their number 1 card. You could write it anywhere outside of this graphic. You'll see that there are letters on each side. All the student's going to need to do is choose which letter they would like and have that letter on top, and then display that card to the teacher. So you'll ask the question, how far do you think the Cubs will go? Here's your choices, A, B, C, or D, and instruct your students to hold up the card with A, B, C, or D, whatever their choice is, at the top. So how is this going to look when you're actually using it? So you print your cards off, you've created the questions that you want, and you can obviously do more than 1 question. You distribute them to students. How does it look in class? Well, let's take a look at how it looks in the app. So let's say I'm in class. I've got the question displayed on the board. So here's my question displayed on the board. That's not an exclamation point. That should be a question mark. Have my question displayed on the board, and I say, okay, class, how far are the Cubs going to go this year? I go to my phone, and I open the Plickers app. Okay, once you open the Plickers app, you're going to click sign in, and then type in your login credentials, your email address, and your password. Okay, once you've done that, it'll show you your classes. I'm going to click on Harlem Huskies, and I'm going to click on the question I want, which is how far are the Cubs going to go this year. So I click that, and now this question is going to come up for me so I can read it, and I click scan, and then I can scan my class. Okay, you're going to allow it to use your camera, and now I can scan the class. See how those answers just pop right up automatically? And once I hit done, it shows me my data. Okay, fortunately, none of the kids got the question correct. They all chose something other than all the way, which is obviously the correct answer. So if we go back to our Plickers.com app, I can go to reports up here on the top, and it will show me what my students just did. And I'm going to click on this, and it gives me a detailed report. I know which students answered which questions. Okay, student 1, this is the student with the number 1 answer placard, answered D. Student 2 answered C, student 3 answered B. So this gives you a really nice immediate feedback, not only on how many of your students got the formative assessment item correct, but which students answered or chose which choice. So it's a pretty cool tool. It works for big classes. It can work up to 40 people for free. You can laminate those cards. You can make them a little bit bigger if you want. It's a really neat tool that all you need is a smartphone and just your computer or your laptop, and it works just fine. If you have any questions, let me know, and hopefully we'll see you next week on Tech Tuesday.